This is James Holder for iFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're in the Liverpool Hilton Hotel today. With me I've got WBO World Champion Liam Smith, head of his second defence against Predrag Radosevic. How you feeling, champ?
Good, mate. Very good.
Good. You are one elusive fella to get hold of. I've been trying to get you for 2 days. People are like, how come there's no beef for the interview, lad?
In demand.
What's going on?
I'm in demand, you see, James.
That's what it is. That's what it is when you become champ. Everyone wants a little piece of the champ, don't they? Talk to me a little bit about Predrag Radosevic. I know this fight, you wanted it before, you asked for him a few months back and that. What are you expecting from him?
Yeah, just when I won the title, we would have to, a quick defence. And at the time, he was in the rankings, and I just, as you do, you look through them, and that was one I asked. But the Jimmy Kelly got made, kind of the same type thing. He was in the rankings. It was quite easy to make. So we got the Kelly one out the way, and then there's a bit of a situation with me mandatory with Trout, and Trout chose the IBF route, so we'd been entitled to another voluntary before I get stuck with a mandatory. As soon as we get this fight out the way, I think they'll order me to fight someone again, but they have to really push, shuffle the rankings to see how far down they go for a mandatory. That's why I never got a mandatory, because how far was they going to go down? Cotto was in the rankings, he's doing his own things. Trout, he was going the IBF route. Sorrow, he's injured. He tore his bicep over in San Francisco while I was there sparring Khan. So, how far down are they going to go to give me a mandatory? So that's why probably they've entitled me to another voluntary defence, and then we get this on the way and see what happens.
He's mixed in good company. His only defeat, as mentioned today, is against Felix Sturm, who there's no sort of proof for whether he was sort of on the juice or not when he fought him. So he's a very credible opponent coming into this. Do you think he's a level above Kelly?
Yeah, I do. I stated that. Yeah, I do personally. Never mind. You can beat who you want, but he's lost one fight, and it took a very good middleweight at the time to beat him. You can say Felix Sturm was on what he was, but Felix Sturm was a very, very good middleweight. Look at it, his fight. Look at the people he beat. Look at his fight with Matthew Macklin. You know what I mean? He was a good middleweight. I know he's not the same fighter now, and he's not the same fighter at super middle. But when he was a middleweight and when he beat Radosevic, he was a good middleweight. So it only took a good fighter to beat him. So I prepare well, and you'll see Saturday that I took him seriously, and I'll do a good job on it.
With all the sort of big marquee names that have been mentioned, how do you mentally get up for someone like Radosevic? I know you respect him, and he's a well-known fighter in your sort of circles, but how do you motivate yourself?
I think I'm from too good a team, I'm from too good a family to overlook people like that. I kind of look at it that way. If I was to become a bit big-headed or a bit complacent, I've got brothers who'd die to be in my position, so they wouldn't let me slip like that. And I've watched my two brothers fall short of a world title, so they wouldn't let me become complacent and lose one to you know what I mean. So I'm shit down. I can say this show by being performance. Hopefully that people have realised that I took this very seriously, and I'm wanting to be involved with the big names mentioned. So I'll do a good job on Saturday.
That's what I was going to say. What's your willingness to defend against these marquee names? Are you got your heart set on fighting a big name opponent if you come through this then?
Yeah, social media is massive nowadays, James, and it's very hard not to get excited when you're getting linked with all these names. I got off the plane from San Francisco, and I went straight to my brother's press conference, and Eddie Hearn got me on an interview and was talking about Brook, and I didn't even know what had been said, and then realised Frank had made them an offer because they said they were going to clean up 154. Obviously, we'll have a say in that if he ever moves to 154. So that's where that come about. Then, the Cotto one was come about, all hearsay rumours, and then Canelo the same, all the hearsay rumours. It's hard not to get excited when you're getting messages and people on social media tweeting you in a picture, you and him and stuff like that. It's hard not to think that, but it was very easy to draw away from that when I've got another fight this weekend. After Saturday I'll be straight on the phone to the lads next year, and Daniel and Frank, and I'll be straight on to see which names are in contract, are in concrete, and which names we can go ahead at. But first and foremost I have to do a job on Saturday, and I think I'm professional enough to do that now.
Brook, Cotto, Canelo. Which of the three names excites you the most? Which one do you think?
They all got the different elements.
A bit of me.
I think we were very close to the Canelo one last time, and I think that one gets me, my stomach going. I just think, Canelo, Vegas, fight week over there, that's what really gets me going. But I'd like any one of them fights. You know what I mean? I'd like every one of them is a massive fight for me. So it is what it is with them. Whoever comes on the table, I'll take any one of them fights you've mentioned.
You've been Liverpool's only world champion for a little while. Tony Bellew's now got himself a WBC strap, and he's pissed on your parade a little bit. How pleased was you to see your friend Tony Bellew?
I was very pleased. I've been the same amateur for a long time as him. It was very good to see and be out there and see him achieve his dream, because that was a dream, a world title at his club he supported. So, it was very good to be there, and it was good to see, and it's got me, got the buzz going for mine this weekend, and I'm looking to follow suit, and maybe one day we can do Anfield.
We've seen recently that Dr. Wu is now allowing professional boxers to take part in the amateurs. We're not quite sure what's going to go on with the last qualifier and stuff, but can I ask you what your thoughts are on that?
I don't really agree with it. Same again, touching back on, my two brothers, Stephen and Callum. I watched their heartbreak at not qualifying. Whatever reason, they never, there was a few bad decisions and politics involved, but they never qualified at the Olympics, and it broke their hearts at that stage. You've got fighters who been in the amateurs for a long time, falling short at qualifiers. For what? For a pro to just go and say, yeah, they'll do the Olympics. I think it's going to be harsh. But then on the other side of it, I do agree with a few people, like, just for instance, Michael Conlan, I'd put him with anyone over 3 rounds. You only get a handful of pros now who would do very well in them Olympics, and it'd be,
many of pros are not really 3-round
fighters.
No,
even coming from the amateurs, and remember sparring a few pros. I had to beat many of pros I sparred when I was turning pro, just on the verge, over 3 rounds. And then their strength and experience comes into it the more they do. And I seen Carl Froch tweeting it about Anthony Fowler, saying he'd struggle to beat him over 3 rounds. I do agree with them. You'd struggle to get a good pro now who'd go and win gold. There's a few you could mention, your Lomachenko's and Golovkin, stuff like that.
Rigondo.
Rigondo. You could still probably mix like that, but no, not all of them could. Not all the good names. Danny Garcia wouldn't get a medal. I'd bet my life on it. Danny Garcia wouldn't get a medal. There's just certain styles, you know what I mean?
All the boxers seem to be, well, a lot of the professional boxers seem to be against it and sort of not willing to take part in that. Will there be some hostility towards the professional boxers that go the other way and decide to use that sort of that rule to get into the Olympics?
I don't know. I've just seen on the social media again that Hassan Nadal wants to go to the last qualifier. No, he's a very good fighter. He's a top middleweight. He gets big fights. Fought in Vegas. You know what I mean? Fought for world titles as being world champion. So some people might want to do it, but imagine, for instance, I was to go and do it, world champion, and go and get beat by someone over only the last 32 or something. I think it kind of looks bad, doesn't it? And it's going to be very hard for some of them to medal if they do go.
As I said, it's a big weekend in Liverpool for you. I know you've got the one eye on the job on hand, but it must be hard not to keep one eye on the sort of the social media aspects and that. So keep your eye on the job in hand, stay focused, and.
No, yeah, I will do it 100%. Yeah, that I said, and I think the job I've got in mind. I think you'll see that I have stayed switched on to this weekend, and then hopefully we get that out of the way and the bigger ones come after it. But I'll be focused Saturday.
Every person at 154 wants a piece of Liam Smith at the moment. Yeah, is that a good feeling or a bad feeling?
It can only be a good feeling, but I said before, people don't really know much about it. If there's a unification fight, if someone wants to unify, I think they've got to unify with me, because the same trainer, Ronnie Shields, trains the other 3 world champions. So if any of them want to unify, they're not going to fight each other. 2 of them are twins, and the other one is trained by the same trainer. So that's them 3 for you, and then obviously you've got the situation with Canelo. He's wanting to go. He's given the 160 title up, so he's going to be wanting a title at 154. Whether same again, the other 3 are Al-Haymon fighters. Whether he can make deals with Al-Haymon fighters, we don't know. But that's where that's come into play. And the same with your Cottos. Cotto's said he's not a middleweight. He's going back to light middleweight. So that's where it keeps getting linked with all the names. But to say if I don't win Saturday, why would they want to fight me? They want to fight me because there's a title on the line. If I don't win Saturday, got no reason to fight me. So, like again, I won't let it slip, Saturday.
Would you like to see domestic opponents earn their stripes a little bit more before sort of being vocal and calling out yourself?
Yeah, I think they've gone quiet now a little bit. You know, at the time there was a few mentions, but I think they kind of know where they're at now, and it'll be good to watch who comes through all that scene. Your Liam Williams, Gary Cochran, Patterson, but they are where they are. The British titles. I was British champion two years ago. Defended it twice. You know what I mean? People seem to forget that, and you know, they are where they are, and they are where they should be. When they all sort out who cleans up at that, then, you know, 12 months time, maybe there might be a fight with one of them, but not anytime soon.
Alright, well listen, champ, thank you for giving our boys a bit of your time today. Yesterday he had to slip off and do some stuff, so I appreciate him coming back and making the time for us today. I appreciate it.
James. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, Liam. I'll see you soon.
Time, mate. In a bit.